How do we set up a block of training so that you can progressively get stronger over a small period of time? Hottest day of the year, and I decide to record a video. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Hamish. I'm a strongman competitor, I'm a coach. I help men in their 30s get stronger, fitter, and feel ready to attack a competition. If you want to get similar results to these guys, click on the link in the description, sign up for the next Operation Strong, which is launching in September. First of all, what is a block of training? If we're looking at it from the scientific point of view, we have macro cycle, mesocycle, microcycle. So a macro cycle tends to be 12 months or a whole training year. For Olympic athletes, their macro cycle could span 3 to 4 years so that they peak for the next Olympics. A mesocycle is like a big chunk of training that might have more than one block in it. Microcycle tends to be our training blocks. So this is where you would look at things like accumulation phases, intensification phases, restoration, transmutation, peaking, and then we have the training weeks as well. I like to keep things quite simple. If something works, just keep doing it. Keep doing it until you are bored in the face, and then do it a little bit more before you switch it back up. Some of my athletes, they've done a strength block and it's lasted 8 to 10 weeks before coming into sort of like a maintenance phase and then going back into a strength block again. The idea of periodization is to prepare you for something very specific. If I was to prepare you for a competition, for example, we would start with the competition date in mind, and then we would work backwards from there. So we would say competition, boom. Keep it really simple. I'm a massive advocate for like longevity training. So the idea that we don't really peak for competitions unless we really have to. If we can turn up to a competition and just have it be another training day, that's going to be favourable because you're not going to be as fatigued coming off the back end, which means you can just hop back into training pretty much straight after. So what I like to do is I like to follow sort of wave periodization, where we bring it up, we come back down, we bring it up, we come back down, we bring it back up again. And we do that over such a long period of time and just keep hammering those same principles of progressively getting stronger, progressively getting fitter in our main strongman lifts, in our main powerlifting lifts, you know, whatever that might be. The idea that we're just constantly improving, never having to peak for a competition. Powerlifting is a little bit different. We probably do have to peak for that to get, you know, maximal force output. But in terms of strongman, slightly different, because although we need to be able to produce the most amount of force, we also need to be able to repeat that force consistently. I think this is where a lot of people can trip up, because people treat strongman the same they do for powerlifting, and they're just not the same. There's a lot of crossover, but they're just not the same sport. Strongman requires a lot more repeatable effort, whereas powerlifting is just one repetition and done. A maximum of 3 repetitions. Prepping for a powerlifting competition is so different than prepping for a strongman competition. First of all, strongman comp has probably got 5 to 6 events that we need to train for. Powerlifting has 3. Squat, bench, deadlift. Powerlifting is fantastic for getting strong in those 3 lifts. It's great. It's the only thing you do. Strongman, you have to be much more well-rounded. You have to have good conditioning. You have to be strong. You have to be able to repeat those efforts. You have to be good looking, you know? You have to be good looking, bold, have a beard. That's like the prerequisites. So I'm not a very good strongman because I've got all this and a shit beard. So how do we prepare a block of training? Let's take the 5-3-1 principles, for example. 4 weeks, 1 wave of training. And let's say 3 waves of training is 1 block